Welcome guys to a brand new video. It's been a while. Well, I just watched Supergirl, as you may have noticed. Supergirl movie came out recently, and my first review out of watching Supergirl, I would say it was something I expected to happen. I wasn't surprised about the movie. Um, it was something I expected to happen. It was a complete flop. So, as you can see, the new article dropped by Geeksy Gamers, by credit goes out to Marvel Material, and Geeksy Gamers said DC Studios admit Supergirl is a flop while insisting its reboot universe remains on track. If your movie is a flop twice in a row, your universe is not on track. That's the truth, kids. But that's what this universe is saying. But hey, it's a cope. So let's continue this article. Well, this is studio co-chair Peter Safran is acknowledging what many observers already expected after opening weekend, Supergirl failed to meet the studio internal box office expectation. In other words, Supergirl is a flop. Again, I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but Supergirl is a flop. Speaking to the New York Times following the film disappointing debut, Safran admitted the latest DC Universe film underperformed while attempting to reassure fans and investors that the broader reboot remained on course. While Supergirl didn't meet our box office expectation, it's just one component of a broader, long-term strategy at DC Studio that we remain confident in, he said. Again, it's all for me as a fan to see the long-term strategy. What is the long-term strategy here? Superman came out, didn't meet expectation. Supergirl came out, complete flop. Peacemaker Season 2 was a flop. What's next? The Lantern on HBO, which could potentially be a flop. And what's next? Clearface, who no one knows, to be honest, no one knows. And there's no Batman in Clearface, so who knows? So what is the long-term strategy? We have no Batman, we have no Flash, we have no good Green Lantern Corp, we have no Cyborg, we have no Wonder Woman, we have no Martian Manhunter, we have no Green Arrow. So what's the long-term strategy here? We need this universe to draw us a picture because as a fan, it's tough to see the long-term strategy. Let's continue. Well, it's notable admission from one of the executives overseeing Warner Bros. Latest attempt to rebuild its superhero franchise after opening to roughly 38 million domestic against a reported 170 million production budget. Supergirl became another disappointment theatric result for a DC brand that struggled to consistently reconnect with moviegoers. It's been tough for DC fans to be honest. It could be the same for Marvel fans and Star Wars fans. It's been tough. It's been tough year. Past decade, it's been tough. There haven't been a consistent good movie. It's been a while. And Spider-Man might just be the one to save the day. Yikes. Safran comments came as the New York Times examined the state of this studio following the film Disappointment launch. The executive argued that the flawed performance of Supergirl should be viewed as only one chapter in a larger multi-year plan, rather than referendum on the entire this universe. Ay ay ay. Ay ay ay. I think we might have a new reboot, guys. The DCEU and the DCU. Yikes. What's next? The DC Extended Multiverse Universe? Yikes. That message is understandable from studio perspective. Franchises are built over years, not a single weekend. However, the challenge for DC Studio is that audiences are not evaluating Supergirl in isolation. Instead, many fans are looking at the entire rollout since James Gunn and Peter Safran took control of the franchise. And that is true, and what James Gunn and Peter Safran has rolled out was a disappointment. The writer of the Supergirl was a disappointment. The CGI was a disappointment. Everything was a disappointment. Superman 2 was a disappointment. It didn't beat expectation. International was a flop too. Supergirl International was a flop. I will show you the box office after this. The new DC Universe has now released multiple projects with varied levels of attention and success. Creature Commandos was a flop. Launched the reboot but generated relatively little mainstream discussion compared to the studio's biggest comic book properties. Peacemaker Season 2 was a flop. has proven divisive among fans for its marketing campaign and creative direction, with online discussion reflecting sharply different opinions about how the show's subject matter and place in Gunn evolving continuity. While Superman cost $600 million in global box office, that figure did not necessarily translate into profitability, and that is true. Even the Netflix I think come out when it was testifying on Congress saying that Superman was a flop. So yeah, multiple flop, and I'm yet to see a success yet. Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos cited the film as an example of the title that failed to turn a profit despite the worldwide growth. That revelation changed the conversation surrounding what had previously been framed as a success launch when James Gunn knew this universe. Now Supergirl has opened way below industry expectation, forcing DC Studio to publicly acknowledge their disappointment. While taking together the reboot has yet to produce the kind of universal celebrated breakout success that many expected when Warner Bros. Handed the key to Gunn and Safran. Hey, fans, do we need Zack Snyder to come back? Could Zack Snyder save DC? Release the Snyder Cut, people? Anybody that in the comments? Do you guys think Snyder should release the Snyder Cut? Consider the Justice League Part 2. Let's see how that ends up. Who knows? It could be like a breaking universe. Like we can have the Snyder universe, the Gun universe collides together into one, and winner takes all. What do you guys think? Yikes! The pressure now shifts to what's next. Clearface, flop, low budgetary gambles. Hey, low budget could somehow become success, but what's the story? What's the story behind it? Who knows? Lancer, it's expected to be a flop. We're yet to see Lancer construct. We're yet to see Lancer, Green Lantern costume. We yet to see a clean Green Lantern. We yet to see Al Jordan in his prime kicking ass. John Stewart's kicking ass. They're breaking the we have yet to see the oath of the Green Lantern in Blackest Day and Blackest Night. No evil shall escape my sight. We yet to hear that. Yikes. And social media too has been social media is trying to defend DC, but it's not looking too good, especially for the long term. Even Lobo was a disappointment. But hey, Jason Momoa as Lobo. Yeah, I guess he does knows how to play Jason well. Yikes. This is disappointment for this year. So let's continue this article. Saffron instance the broader strategy will remain intact and it will be premature to declare the reboot finished after one disappointment theatrical release. At the same time, studios are ultimately judged by audience response, with Supergirl now officially acknowledged as box office flop. Let me read that again. Supergirl now officially acknowledged as a box office flop by DC Studio itself. The pressure on the next phase of James Gunn plus Safran shared universe has only intensified. Whether upcoming projects can restore momentum or whether Supergirl become the beginning of the larger trend is a question audience will answer over the coming months. Again, what's next for DC Studios? Well, Superman Man of Tomorrow? Well, he'll be lucky if it breaks the first Superman in 2025. And if it doesn't, oh yeah. And that comes out next summer, next year, 2027 for Superman Part 2. Hopefully it's not a flop, but that's James Gunn last Mary. And let's take a look about the Supergirl box office, shall we? And this satisfies the numbers. Worldwide box office after this first weekend at 62. Again, Mobius beat this. Again, Marvels beat this. Again, Captain America the Brave New World beat this. Again, the New Avengers, whatever it's called, beat this. Eternals beat this. This is disappointment. This is disappointment. Let's dive deeper. Again, fake budget. I think the real budget is over $220 million budget. Oh, such a clean budget. 170 million. Just 170, nothing else. please. I would say 220 plus $1 million budget and 100 million marketing. That's over 330 to produce this movie. And with that, it needs to make at least 700 to make its money out to break even. $700 million. Oh yeah, yeah. At least make Supergirl budget be like $15 million, and that will at least say success, even if the script was disappointment. Even if the script was a disappointment, this is not looking too good. Remember back in the 1980s, the recent Supergirl movie was a flop, and I guess history does knows how to rhyme. And this Supergirl from 2026 is a flop. So how do you guys feel about Saffron comments about Supergirl being a flop? Sound off in the comments and let us guys know what you think. Can DC Universe be saved? Will James Gunn save the day with the upcoming Superman movie next year? Or is this the end of James Gunn and DC Studio with another reboot coming to questions? Let me guys know and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Take care for now. I'll see you later.